there. This is a community effort with the community space. We pop into everybody else's space to get feedback, to get better, to get the best community ever. Obviously, with Joe and Damien here are here with us. They're taking notes of what the community wants, where the community wants to go, and we work together on improving it to be the best. The only community, one-stop shop for the NFTs and many more things to come. So we're excited about the last year, what we have done. Obviously, there's more work ahead of us, and so with that, Ozzy, I think we prepared a bunch of community questions for Joe and Damien. Why don't we just kind of go through, since Joe only has a little bit of time this morning?
Sure, sure. Let's see how many we can get through as quickly as possible. I guess obviously we've moved on from the recap. Okay, so what are you excited for in 2022? And then, do you have any cool gifts for the family? NFTs for Christmas? Any physical NFT art?
I'm really excited about taking this whole thing we built this year to the next level. I feel like we've been building brick by brick. Sometimes we'll bring a whole truckload of bricks in to build new places and areas and what we're building. And the next phase is really building the next set of big tent poles, right? Just expanding out the tent. We've got an amazing lineup of celebrities, of new artists we're developing, of creators that we think have huge potential. And we have a massive growing marketplace of where people can come and self mint. Obviously, the features we launched with on the self minting very limited, kind of dipping our toes in. Making it really easy and simple is obviously very hard, and you want to do it right. And so we're taking it slow there and learning and trying to make sure we provide a really great experience. So I look forward to having a lot more things on that front where creators could get more creative with it. I would say to the same extent on filtering and finding NFTs and discovering NFTs, we're thinking a lot about what we're going to do on that front. And then how to really bring what we're doing deeper into the metaverse is definitely top of mind for next year. We have to build some really interesting things on that front, I think, to create excitement for folks that are maybe still skeptical on the NFT front. And so we have to create really compelling and interesting spectacles for folks to wake up and realize, oh, this is really interesting and fun and going to be where culture is in all sense in the future. And so um, that and just building a bigger team and making sure we're really attentive to the community and to buyers and sellers, and making sure we're over serving everyone as best we can.
Thanks so much, Joe. And very quickly, did you receive or give any NFTs for presents for Christmas at all?
Well, we gave out. Anyone could get a free NFT for the crypto.com arena. That was the big twist here.
I meant week, personally, right? But sure, yeah.
And so I did. I'm giving one of my old bosses from many moons ago. It was her birthday a couple weeks ago. I got her an ENS domain just so she gets into the space, because I wanted her to understand what this is. I've also convinced a couple people to come in on the Black Santa NFT drop a couple weeks ago, because it was great cause for charity, and it was very simple and easy. It was like a $10 open edition, so it was a very easy way to just support the Urban League and also just like understand how things work. And so I've been working on that angle with some folks. And I think there are there's going to be some interesting things happening with gifting in life. I think that's a really important thing to build into our platform. It's quite a bit technically complex right now to withdraw and to deposit, and so one day I'm sure we'll get around to making that experience even more easy. So that's also top of mind.
This is really good news, Joe. We noticed that through the crypto bingo, that went well. Massive drop. I think we had a ton of NFTs, and it looks like the TQ issue has been fixed. With the additional capture. So that was really nice to see that you are gearing up for the growth, and constant feedback from the community to improve things, on the backbone. Seems like you guys are listening tentatively. Any other updates you care to share with us in terms of UI improvements, platform in general?
I can't give too much away, but we just last week, a couple, maybe it was last week or week before last, made it a lot easier to filter for ending auctions, which I think was a big requested feature. We've got a couple of those little like quality of life improvements in the pipeline. Can't say exactly when it's coming, but as you know, we really got to fix that queue issue, and so it's been a huge priority and focus of our engineers. I think we may have made some headway, but we're not resting on our laurels, and are we constantly looking to improve improvements on that side. We want to make it just seamless. We want to be able to drop the biggest thing in the world and not blink an eye. That's the goal, right? And just make it as seamless as possible. And we've got a lot to do to combat people trying to game the system, or there's always going to be a fight for what's simple and where you have to put in measures to make it not gameable or bottable, and whether that's more captcha or more two-factor authentication or other things to make sure that it's fair and equitable, or whatever we want to think that is, as much as we can. And so we are we're always thinking, we're listening to the community about what we can do to make it more fair and equitable, or at least more random. That's kind of how I think about it, right? It's like, so no one, unless we tell you yet you're getting in line first, you're not, it's random, and that's that's you're stuck by chance, and not because you've got 10 computers or something. And so we're working on that all the time, and that'll also help with improving performance if we don't have people hammering the site in more automatic ways. We're not the first people to fight this challenge. It's sneaker drops, or new magic cards or something. Plenty of other companies and organizations have fought these fights, and look to find balance between making sure there are uh, appropriate ways to get in line or in queue, or random ways to get something that's very limited.
That was amazing update, by the way, with the auction sort feature and the queue being fixed on the bingo. So, I mean, kudos, massive.
The next question, I think, might even be for Joe and Damien. Do you want me to take it, or?
Yeah. We have prepared, top 20 or so questions from the community, and we can alternate between Joe and Damien, whoever feels like, can cover the topic better.
Right. Well, the next question on the list. So, obviously, everyone's very excited. The tweet about the mainnet benefits and the like coming out just a few days ago. So the question was hashtag Loaded Lions. Any chance of some mainnet updates, benefits, timing? I know you guys have given us some info, but anything else would be great.
Yeah, so last week was pretty fun on the Loaded Lions front, because we were able to, one, update the roadmap for you folks. So we were able to give a clearer idea of what exactly is to come. Two, we were able to give you folks an idea of what the first perk is going to be, which is going to be the queue skipping on select drops. And then we had our first airdrop of the Santa Claus NFT to Lion holders. So it was a really fun week. Things are going to continue that way. We'll have our dedicated Loaded Lions Twitter account coming sometime early in the new year, as well as some more information on what queues specifically Lion holders will be able to skip, and to what extent. More clarification on that coming soon. But that's kind of where we're at on the mainnet front right now.
Awesome.
And actually, there was one thing that I've been, trying to set up between, with Joe, is we need to give obviously heads up to the developers behind the Load Lions. So, is there still a chance that sometimes next year, as we continue to grow, we can kind of bring the masterminds behind the Loaded Lions so they can kind of talk about the project, the, legendaries, and just tell us a little bit more about how the whole Loaded Lion project, came about, unfolded, and, things as we go forward, what's more to come. So I'm not sure, Joe, if you can set that up for us so we can actually be super excited to hear from them folks on that subject.
It's such a big team. It's not been one voice or one person. A lot of it is actually coming from Chris and Chris with a K and Eric, our CEO and COO. There's a lot of great ideas on it. They've come in and really brainstormed with the teams, and we've got all. So to say there's one mastermind is to say there's many masterminds. So. But it really is a group effort. I'm involved a bit. So is Damien to some extent, and we're going to be constantly, just really explaining it as an organization, because we want to make it really, really impactful. It takes a lot of people, and what do they say? If you want to go somewhere fast, go by yourself. If you want to go somewhere far, go with a pack. And so I think that's kind of the mentality here. We have a lot of different artists that worked on the project. We had a lot of different concept folks, and there's a huge events team, and a lot of folks on the product marketing side that are doing a lot of communication and planning around what will be going on. And I think that's one of the nice things about this project is it really feels very professional in its breadth, right? And I think that shows why people are taking it very seriously and know that we're gonna, these are our original PFPs. These are really kind of important historical artifacts to us, and we're going to treat it with the value and the sanctity and the importance that it deserves. And the folks that got in on the ground floor, I think have done quite well so far, in terms of what they can see and where it's headed. And so, I think we'll try to get some of the folks involved when we think it makes sense in these kind of chats at some point. But right now, again, it's such a team effort. It would be hard to get one brain, and they can only talk to one specific part of what we're doing. So we're trying to digest all this information for the folks here, Damien and I in particular.
Well, we love you being here with Damien, obviously, providing us these updates. So this is so good to hear because you guys are the true leaders and the interface with us, the community basis. So if Chris with the K ever shows up, we're gonna be so stoked, and any other folks from
I was just about to say that, Rockstar. I think we need to hit that 1,000 listener mark so we can tell Chris with the K that we're at 353 right now. So let's get those 1,000, and then we'll hit up Chris with the K, I think.
Exactly. Actually, Tex had a question. I know he's a avid, CRO fan member, and he's embracing the Lions, with passion. And a lot of folks here are, looking at the Loaded Lions. Tex, I'm gonna go ahead and let you ask the question about the IP rights.
Thank you. On that because some of us love the art so much, but we don't want to step on it and get in trouble later. I really love the NFT drop that you gave us, and it was kind of, in my opinion, an open coloring book, and I just went with it and really appreciate the guidance that you're going to give us, so we don't step on your art.
Yeah, 100%. And it is very important that we get this right, and that's why it's taken us longer. We want to make sure. We've had a lot of internal debates. There's a lot of comments on a Google Doc that we've been going back and forth for the last few weeks. We'd had some thought, and then when we were first released, and we got really close to releasing what we're going to put out there, and then we said, we need to really, really super thoughtfully take this in consideration because it has very far-reaching effects. So give us a little more patience. The holidays have slowed us down a little bit. We'll be back at the top of the year with guidance and hopefully what will be very simple, elegant, and clear. That's the other piece we want to get to is clarity. It's one thing to put out a big legalese block. It's one thing to write very elegant, easy to read, simple to understand legalese. That takes actually a lot of time and a lot of thoughtfulness. So that's where we're coming out from this. We hear you. We know we've been slow on this one, and but again, please be patient with us. We want to get this right. We want to make sure everyone is happy. We can't please everyone, but we'll try. And so, yeah, give us a little bit after the top of the new year. It's definitely in the queue. I've got probably one or two comments to go back on. Some of the other legal folks have the same, and we're almost there, I think. But it's just we're taking with great care on this one.
Thank you very much.
I love it so much, Joe. Really appreciate the insight. It's something that's come up a lot, and I know obviously it's the Christmas holidays, and the team are still working so hard, which is amazing. I hope they're getting a break. But I'll just keep the momentum going because I know you're pressed for time. So the next question was around the Matt Damon NFT drop and the obviously exciting news for me here in Australia. It was today. I don't know if it was yesterday for you guys, but the Lakers game, the arena. So anything you'd like to add on that one?
Just we're going to be doing more of that kind of thing. Those are kind of our first two secret and not so secret airdrops. And so I think, pay attention to everything we're doing because there's going to be little things along the way and creating that kind of little surprises and little secrets is definitely what we have in store. Nothing at the second, so don't go hunt to the end of the earth right now, as far as I know. But we want to improve that airdrop experience over time. Right now, it's I'd love to see it where it's just instant and you get something instant gratification. Right now, it's a little like kind of a box that takes a little while, and so we're learning how to make that happen in ways. And I think once we have something like that, we can do really cool things with events and IRL or non-IRL kind of proof of attendance things and lots of other things to come on that front. So yeah, I think it's a sign of what's to come. The arena is just an incredible thing to see lit up now. If you haven't Googled a picture of it, it is pretty wild, and it is a real statement and a footprint in LA. And LA obviously is a very important place for the world to. And what a team, obviously in that arena, and what great events happen there, and what an amazing other set of sports also happen there. Just a bunch of sports get played there. So big culturally relevant thing to LA, and very excited to be part of that community.
It was really impressive to see it last night. I was watching actually the Lakers game. Too bad the LA Lakers lost, but there were ads.
I'm a Nets fan, so I'm not unhappy about that.
Well, we're West Coast people, so we lean towards West typically. But it was amazing to see Crypto.com being all over the floor, and just the tremendous growth and the commercials with Matt Damon. Can you provide us a little bit more updates on the American football? I think you mentioned that there's something in works as well on that topic.
We've got some stuff up our sleeves in American football. I can't speak to anything specific. I'm not sure what I may have alluded to last time, but we've got a couple big things in American football coming. We do sponsor, I believe, one of the football nights. I can't remember if it's Sunday or Monday. Not Monday nights. I think it's like Sunday night on Fox or something. We're on one of these banners, or we're the big logo sponsor on the TV show that they run. I can't remember. Someone probably here knows. Damon, you might know.
Yeah, it's I think it's Sunday Night Football. And when they're doing like the panel discussions, we've got a big ad on the front of the table there. So that's super cool.